first skill we're going to work on involves alternate picking, which is up and down with the pick, and crawling, which uses all four fingers on the fretboard. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our pointer finger on the 5th fret top string, and we're going to alternate pick up and down for each finger as we go. So slowly, here it goes. Notice how I keep my fingers down behind the lead finger. That way it enforces what we call the mean 4, which is the separation between the fingers. So, what I want you to do is I want you to alternate pick, which is up and down on the same string on each finger, and go down the strings and then back up. Like that. The next skill that we're going to work on is what I call hopping, is when you go from one chord to the next chord to strengthen your muscle memory for your fingers. This basically helps your fingers make the shape for the chord that you're going to play faster so that your chord changes are quicker. So what we're going to do is we're going to play each chord 8 times, and then 4 times, and then 2 times, and then 1 each. And what's important is that you don't go too slow as you get to the end of the exercise, because that's the idea. We're building the speed between the changes. So we're going to do all down strums like that, and we're going to switch between our D and our A chord. 5, 6, ready, go. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Few things to think about when you're doing this. Make sure all your fingers move at the same time. You don't want what we call spider fingers, where you're pasting one finger on at a time, because the music will be going too fast and it'll fly right by you. The other thing you want to work on is make sure you get the right sound. What I tell my kids is I want them to curl their fingers more and use the fingertips. That way each finger has one responsibility for each string, and it's not touching other strings. Other than that, you have to make sure you're pressing down all the way against the fretboard. If you play with a loose finger, you're not going to get a sound on a certain string. So you have to press down all the way. You have to make sure that your fingers are only touching one string each to start out. And make sure your transfers are as fast as possible. And watch your left hand when it makes the transfers. You shouldn't have to watch the other hand going down strums, but you should watch this hand until it gets comfortable, and then you can start not looking at it at all. Or what I like to do, practice in front of a mirror and watch your hand that way, so that you can see the transfers without actually looking down at your hand, because eventually you don't want to look at all. And so the mirror helps with that by giving you that looking straight ahead but still seeing the reflection of your hands working. So remember, 8 times each, 4 times each, 2 times each, and 1 times each. And you can do this with any 2 chords in any song that you're having difficulty with. So if it's from C to F or D to G or any of those chords, even bar chords, you can work on those transitions. The next workout has to do with sliding and hammer-ons. So the first part, sliding, we're going to take one finger, our pointer finger, or you can use all of your fingers, just one at a time, and we're going to slide from 1 fret across to 2 frets across to 3, 4, 5, and you can keep going all the way up to 12 if you want to work on your octave jumps. Here's what it looks like. You're going to slide. We're going to start on the 5th fret, first finger on the top string. We're going to go just 1 fret over, and then we're going to do it again. And just try and get all the way there perfectly, and get back and try and go as fast as you can. So, and continue that way. You can do it with any finger you want if you want to work on sliding. Now, the other one I want to work on is called hammer-ons and hammer-offs. That is when you add a finger and you press it down hard enough to make a new sound. So, starting with your pointer finger on 5, I I want you to hammer on your middle finger, your ring finger, and your pinky finger one at a time, like this. Try only pick the 5 and let your fingers do the sounds. What it's going to work on is your accuracy on hitting the string, your strength on holding the string hard enough to get a new sound, and just the overall motion of the mean 4 now being applied to the fretboard. So your hammer-ons and hammer-offs could look like this. And do that on all the strings. And your sliding looks like this. You can go both ways too. So start in fret 5 and do hammer-ons and hammer-offs and do some sliding and see how that strengthens your motion as far as moving. Now you can also do sliding with chords. So like if you want to take like a bar chord, which is I'm on the 5th fret, so it's an A5. You've got your pointer finger on the top string 5th fret, and then your pinky and ring finger are on the 2nd and 3rd string, like that. And all you're going to do is move them all at the same time, keeping the space right here open because you want to keep the shape of the bar chord. So you got this. And make sure you go both ways. This is a good way to work on a couple of things. One, being able to slide on top of the strings and keeping the shape of your hand. That's a big deal. And gripping, making a sound when you want it to, and being able to release your grip but still hold on to the strings so that we don't hear anything. So you got muting, gripping, sliding, hammer-ons and hammer-offs. That's a lot right there. Next exercise is called gripping. We're going to take a bar chord shape and we're going to work on our muting and gripping to make a sound or not make a sound to add that percussion to the instrument. So we're going to take our A bar chord major, which looks like this. We've got 5 on the top string, we've got 6 on the 4th string from the top, and then 7 and 7 with the pinky and ring finger there, and this is your A major. So what we're going to do is we're going to release our grip, and we're basically going to go like this, just with down strums, and I want to click. I want it to sound like we're not making any sound. What's important to think about is that this finger is flat and it's touching all the strings. That way we don't hear anything. Now, once that's good, you want to go like this. What I call it is gripping. What you're basically doing is you're closing your hand, or you're gripping your thumb and your fingers together on the neck of the guitar. So, making sure that nothing moves, you can go like this. And once that gets good, start going up and down. And start changing your strum pattern to make it more interesting. So that's what gripping is, and this is a huge skill to learn for the guitar because you'll do this a lot once you get more comfortable with all your chords.